Joining me in the commentary box here on Channel 9, Peter Carey, and your commentator at the moment is Kim Dillon.
Thanks very much, Ken. Garth Newton opposed to Gary Christie in the ruck. Max Kazakria puts the ball down. It's a good bounce. Newton won the toss, working his way through solidly there for the Warriors as Jacquia puts the ball forward. Sewer at the front of the pack. The ball goes behind. There's the 150 game player, Ross Gibbs, as he puts it out wide. Players racing towards the ball. Panizza first there, and it goes over the boundary line. As Ken mentioned, very good conditions here at Football Park. It's been a magnificent day. The Bays, 50-50 record, 1-2, lost 2. Harris couldn't take it. Newton puts it up high towards the forward pocket. Clem underneath it, used his body well. Great recovery. Now lifts the eyes. The handball is very poor. Hodgman over the top of that. Harris, the handball, out towards Schwartz. Now to Lynch. Lynch lines up the goals. This is a great start for the Warriors. It's gone through the middle.
Well, that was a magnificent goal by Lynch out of the impossible pocket, according to Mr. 1 to 10. But Lynch certainly raised the eyes, knew where the goals were, and made no mistake. Certainly a fantastic start by the Warriors against the more fancy side, Glenelg.
Great start by the Warriors as Hodgman puts the ball up high. Getting back underneath there, working hard, was Cronin. Chigwidden over the top, or desperate work there by Jacquia. Players trying to knock the ball out. It should be tapped out. The umpire blows the whistle. And the umpires officiating tonight are Neville Thorpe and Max Kazakria. Neville Thorpe with the football. Number 24 on your screen is Newton. Knocks the ball out well, out towards a running player in McDonald. McDonald puts it up high. The Warriors mean business tonight. They've got off to a poor start this season. The ball comes down towards Christie. He can't take it. Jacquia is in the action in these early stages. His handball goes back. Now it ends up with Cox. He puts it forward, but that reliable Ross Gibbs is there once more.
Gibbs goes out wide looking for Marshall. Marshall's got a break. Outer side, half-back flank. Goes towards Scotty Salisbury. The rumours are he's got a broken bone in his hand. Goes over to Hodgman. You wouldn't know with Scotty Salisbury. Plenty of courage there. Up towards full forward. Bartlett from behind does the spoiling work. Working hard was Cronin. The long handball. Back to Champion at centre half-back. Has the football now. Goes towards centre. Well, Parsons not favoured by the bounce. Christie coming in, flanked by Donovan. Donovan goes towards half forward. Simons in the van here, or being harassed by Champion. Simons, tremendous defensive work by Champion on that occasion, forces the ball out of play.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the way Woodville have opened. They're right at the ball, attacking the ball very well, and Glenelg just look a little bit lethargic at this stage.
It's a very important game. They can't afford to be 4-1 down after 5 games. It makes it very difficult to compete come September when you get off to a start like that. Working his way through there was Schwartz. It's taken by Harris. This is a player they need to lift for the Warriors. The kick goes straight to Gary Christie. You're all aware by now, a former South Adelaide player. He's done very well for the Bays. Ball put up high, punched towards the boundary line. So after 3.5 minutes of this first term, it's the Warriors 1 goal and the Tigers yet to score.
Yeah, I agree with Super. A great start there. The umpires, Max Kazakria, Neville Thorpe, the man on your screen. But I agree with Super. It's been a good start. Very aggressive, very aggressive start by the Warriors. This is Max Maynard with the footy. It's centre wing. Up towards half forward he goes. Over the top, young McDonald, the handball away. This is McDonald of Woodville going in hard. Chigwidden busted off the football. Newton in there. Stolen by Bartlett. A chance for the Bays. He snapped, misses. Offline, so the Bays are on the board. They're 1 point. The Warriors 1 goal, and we've played 4 minutes into this first quarter.
Yeah, having a look at the sides out there tonight, you know, I'm surprised at the lack of height of Woodville. You know, their key position players look very small, and Glenelg look a lot taller.
That may pay off in the long run due to this, as we're all aware, night football. It gets very dewy out there. O'Dwyer puts that in looking for Martin. That was cut off at the pass by Tony Simons. We'll try and pick up where Simons actually has lined up. It's been a good talking point throughout the season. They've tried to make him a forward pocket player. Hasn't really worked. Harris ducked his head and won the free kick. A little lucky. A little play on perhaps would have been the better call. Harris kicks a low raking pass, and oh, Ralphie Sewer takes it right on the throat. Great to watch. 37 years of age, and still as exciting as ever as he puts that up high looking for Harper. He's a real goal sneak, but Seabohm, reading the play superbly in defence, takes another strong mark.
Decent, great touch, John Seabohm. He's really having a wonderful year. Tony Simons marks. Detman on the mark, but the action with Tony Simons. Towards half forward he goes. James West. Oh, strong mark. Held his ground superbly. Over to Hodgie. Hodgie be run down, but gets his kick away. Up towards the forward pocket. Chick Whitten almost took the mark. Gains possession to Alan Bartlett. A chance for Bartlett. He's second, but he's pushed as he kicked. Up towards full forward it goes. Ball to ground. Players working hard there. Chance for Marshall. Taps it out to young McDonald. Snaps from 30 metres. I think it's home. It is. Great goal, the Bays.
Well, that's good play by the youngster, and that'll certainly help his confidence. The ball came out loose and he banged it towards the goals, and it's taken nearly 6 minutes to level the score here. In fact, they're in front by 1 point. It's 1-1-7 points to Woodville 1 goal. And McDonald, he's been somewhat of an enigma in recent weeks, in and out of the side, came from nowhere last week. But he's back there now, and he kicked the goal from the forward lines.
Back with the centre bounce. Christie takes the football, handballs it towards Peter Maynard. He should have got a free kick, not paid or not seen by the umpire. That would have seen. It'll go to the Warriors. Oh, Parsons kicks off the ground. That's most unusual. Chance for Clem now. Oh, falls over the critical stage. Sewer, zip-zap Sewer. Back to Clem. A high kick up towards full forward. Russell is there, pushed off the football. Gibbs missed the call. Look at him, bounding away, playing his 150th game. Never gets flustered, never a hair out of place with Roscoe. His third kick, it's a big one too. Back towards centre wing, but a good mark has been taken by Newton. Newton with the football now to Parsons. He's in the middle of the ground. Goes short, has an option here, either Clem or Sewer. Zip-zap the player he finds, zip-zap to the pass. It's too long, and Christie chips in for a good mark.
He's always keen to move the ball on, Ralph Sewer, but that pass was a little inaccurate. Now the ball goes wide out to the outer side. Simons is on the other side. Marshall first to get to the football. Shrugs the tackle by Jacquia. Now it comes back to Simons. He'll need support. Handballs it backwards. Harassed by 2 players on the outer side. And he has won a free kick for his efforts. A little fortunate to get out of that, the Bays. Kick number 2 for Tony Simons. You can't beat persistence. And Simons is playing on a wing this evening. Puts that ball up long. Oh, West up high. He's been taking some big marks this season. Recovers, tries to get the handball out. Now picking up the crumbs with Jacquia. Goes out towards Parsons. His kick went straight to Hodgman. Hodgman spears out a pass, a bullet-like pass. Missed his target in Melican. McDonald couldn't control it. Melican first to recover. Oh, intelligent football as he paddles that back towards Salisbury. Salisbury centres the ball. He, in fact, concedes quite a deal of ground. And it's been stolen by Schwartz. His handball over towards the running player is McDonald. He puts it in long. Harris sets himself. Gives one hand. Oh, Ralphie Sewer lines up the goals. And that deserved better.
Yeah, it was a magnificent recovery then by Woodville, but Scotty Salisbury committed the sin, kicking across the ground to a group of players, and Woodville rebounded strongly, and Ralphie Shaw should have finished it off.
Donovan the mark. Gee, Zip-zap may be 37, but he's exciting to watch, Ralphie Sewer. He really is. Christie been in the action. It's his 5th possession towards centre wing. Well done by Peter Maynard. Good vision there to get it out to Thompson. Thompson kicks back straight into Scotty Salisbury. Schwartz comes in. Salisbury throws his body over the ball, which is normal. Robbie Thompson comes in. Down he goes. Has time to get up. Goes to Chick Whitten. He's over the top. McDonald. McDonald a hurry kick towards centre half forward. Jackery a chance. Hodgman, beautifully done, Hodgie. Don't tell me he's kicked it. It's a beauty. Coming back, not enough. Only a minor score. The Tigers go to 1-2-8. The Warriors 1-1-7.
Well, as Graham Campbell mentioned pre-match, the Bays have not lined up as named in the paper. Hodgman, in fact, was named on the bench, but he's out there and as dangerous as ever. As McDonald tried to tap that ball back, Martin in there. His handball goes over the top towards Detman. Detman in turn uses Cronin. The Warriors are running, but there's a ball handling error there by Detman. In there is Lynch to lend support. Back to Detman. They may get out of trouble here as Cronin with the left boot pushes out a pass, and it finds the chest there of Harper. Harper's been a very dangerous player up forward this year for the Warriors. Now the handball out towards Lynch. Martin gets himself in trouble. Donovan picks up the crumbs. They're trying to move the ball on at all costs, the Warriors, but they're making a few mistakes while attempting to do that. Simons has the football. You can see how slippery it is out there. It's very hard to bounce the ball. Hodgman at the bottom of the pack, reading it well. Kick number 6 already. Around the corner it goes, and McDonald's been paid that one. In actual fact, he dropped it. David McDonald has kicked 1 goal. It's the only goal the Bays have on the board at this stage. We've had 10 minutes. 8 points, play 7. Puts it in long. Player at the back of the pack was O'Dwyer, but it goes off hands and through for another point.
Yeah, Woodville's had a lot of the play in this particular game. There's Chris McDermott sitting on the bench with Brett Dean and Trevor Jakes. Woodville have just mucked around with the ball a little bit and got to be a lot more direct.
Parsons with the football back towards Panezza. Can he gain possession? McTavish is going to harass him. Kicks off the ground, but the ball goes out of play. Well, they've certainly had their chances, the Warriors. They've opened very impressively, but they haven't got full results of their work so far. 11 minutes into the first term, a magnificent night here at Football Park. Earlier game today between Millwood and West. As Christie gets the ball back down to Zip-Zap Seward, tackled by McTavish. And umpire Neville Thorpe will call for a bounce. Umpire Neville Thorpe has umpired a league grand final, his career so far. Lynch over the top. Seabohm, Thompson, back to centre wing, Salisbury. With him is McDonald. Did it well, McDonald. Put his body in between him and also between the football and Salisbury, and won the free kick. McDonald up towards full forward. Russell with the sit. Off hands. A chance for Cox. Can't do much with it. Harper up towards full forward. Simons will clear. Comes across the face of goals. Onto the left foot. Back towards, on this occasion, Hewitt. Can't do much with it. McTavish working hard, but the ball goes out of play.
12 minutes gone in the opening quarter. 1 goal, 3, 9 points Glenelg. Woodville 1-1-7. They've done quite a deal of the attacking. Do the ruck work there. Seabohm from behind. Didn't get up very high though. In fact, didn't even contest. Now it's taken by Harris. Crashes his way through back towards Lynch. He socketed that off the ground. That's a minor score. So the scores are now only 1 point the difference here. And Robert Lynch has kicked 1 goal, 1 out of that 1-2 for the Warriors.
Gibbs with the kick-off goes towards McTavish. Sewer giving chase. Oh, beautifully done by McTavish. Towards Marshall. With him is Martin. Oh, fine mark by Martin. I thought that would carry too far, but he judged it beautifully. Back towards centre half forward Seabohm. Towards the spoiler. Crumbed by Christie. Panizza. A high kick back to full forward. Cox coming out. Can't complete the mark. A chance now for Lynch over the top. Goes into Harris. He should goal from here, Harris. What's he done? I think he's got it, has he? Yes, he has. That's the Warriors' second goal.
Well, as we mentioned before, that's the value of persistence. They have numbers at the fall of the ball. It's not pretty football at the moment, but they're forcing it forward at all costs. The handball came out from Lynch. Harris was there. He had a look in the goal square. His only option was to go for goals. He lined them up, and it was a very accurate kick. So the Warriors are 2 goals to 14, leading Glenelg 1-3, 9 behind, 9 points. The ball back at the centre now.
Down goes the bounce. Harris coming away with the football over towards McDonald, run through half forward. Gee, the Warriors are on fire. Up towards full forward it goes. Up high, Clem, Gibbs, ball off hand. And again, a minor score to the Warriors. They go to 2-3-15. The Tigers 1-3-9. 14 minutes into the first quarter. Good start by the Warriors as we see Gibbs about to bring the football back into play.
He opts for the grandstand side. His target is Christie from behind Newton. Newton having to do all the ruck duties for the Warriors due to the injury to Negri over the last few weeks. The ball comes out now to Chigwidden. He's running around in circles. He needs support. He tried to give it to Christie, who intelligently taps it out towards Hewitt. Hewitt finally picks it up, but his handball missed his target by about 5 metres. The target was Seabohm. He put it up high. McDonald from behind couldn't take the mark. The free kick will go the way of Colin McDonald. Former state player has had a horrendous run with injuries. Kick number 5. It's a nice looking kick. Gets good depth. Players up high. Kazakrea calls play on. Now it's picked up by Clem. He needs support. The handball stolen by Ross Gibbs. He kicks it out wide. This will be a race for pace. The first player there is Maynard. In pursuit is Jacquia. Maynard has a fumble. He has Marshall there. He's got to tap it out. Does so. Players very aware of this new rule. Chigwidden covering enormous amount of ground. The handball now over to Maynard. He drives it in long. West is back there, but couldn't take the mark, and the ball is forced over the line.
15 minutes into the first quarter, and it's the Warriors by 6 points. Dwyer towards the grandstand side. Pinezza. Hewitt with him. Dribbles a kick back towards centre wing. Scotty Salisbury. The rumours are very strong he's got a broken bone on his hand. Super. Is that true or not?
Can't confirm that, Ken, but what I can say is Woodville are playing for their life tonight and really look like they are too. It's a great effort from them.
Will be an even bigger effort, Peter, if they can bounce back from that 100-point drubbing they received from Central District last night. Or Detman went through solidly. No free kick. Hewitt has the ball. The free-running Mark Hewitt puts it up long. From behind there was Bartlett. Couldn't take it. McDonald there to recover. And once more concedes a point by soccering it over the line. The Warriors 2-3-15. Glenelg 1 goal 5, 11 and 16 minutes have transpired in this first term.
Dwyer about to bring the ball back into play. Undecided where to go. Hasn't got many options. Decides to come grandstand side. Big Newton with Christie. Over the top of the pack. Hewitt, Pinezza. Salisbury ducks the head. Then gets thrown aside and will get a free kick. He's quite prepared to go in and get the footy. Head down, backside up. And there it is in replay. Yep, too high the tackle. Good. Up towards full forward. McDonald again. What's he done? Oh, it's a great goal. That's the Bay's second goal.
Well, we hadn't have heard of this lad a couple of weeks ago. David McDonald snuck into the side last week. A late inclusion. We believe he comes from the southeast. And now he's kicked his second goal, and he's looking extremely dangerous up forward. A great presence of mind to throw that on his boot. He's playing off a half-forward flank. That one just dribbled over the line. He's now kicked 2. Glenelg have kicked 2-5. They're on 17 points. The Warriors 2-3-15.
Back with the centre bounce. Christie with a thump away. It's the Bays by 2 points in the first quarter. McDonald. Oh, a high kick. That's a hospital ball. Get on it if you like, if you're game. Thompson, and a free kick to Robbie Thompson being pushed.
I can't agree with that. If that was the player coming forward, Ken, he had his eyes on the ball. He showed a lot of courage, Scott Parsons, and he was penalised for showing that courage, and that's frustrating, I think, for a player. He commits himself like that. Champion has the ball on the outer side. He puts it out to Parsons. It didn't take him long to win another possession. But I just feel at times players are in a no-win situation when the ball comes in like that. Kick number 5 for Scott Parsons, medical student. Very committed footballer, obviously a very smart young man. The ball comes out towards Christie. His handball back towards Seabohm. Seems to be picking up kicks at will back there. The kick is long, off Detman's hands. He couldn't control it. Oh, good commitment there by Lunn, I should say. Maynard looking for another free kick. He has a knack of doing that. Now out towards Jacquia. Jacquia back the other way. He gets it out to Martin. That awkward kicking style from Martin. It went straight through Sewer. Harris nose over the ball. Here's a go for the Warriors. He wants to give it off. He should go towards goals because there's no one there. That's what he's done. And that's offline. Well, he was trying to draw someone, Peter.
Yeah, he was on that occasion, but I think he was better advised going for the goal, and as it turned out, that was correct. Just missing to the right-hand side.
Russell to Gibbs. Gibbs in the back pocket with a long kick. Back towards centre wing. Off hands, Salisbury. Thompson with a chance now for the Tigers at centre wing. Boots a long ball towards half-forward. James West is in the set here, and he takes the mark. That is name written over that ball a long way from home. James West. Going back half-forward, the Bays into attack. Short, the lead on from Bartlett over that player's head. Heavy work there. Bartlett again, a handball towards Hodgman. Hodgie won't go and get it, stands back. Players throwing their body over the football, and umpire Max Kazakrea will call for a bounce down. Centre half forward for the Bays. The Bays 2-5-17. Russell Ebert, very worried coach there. Haven't had a good year. The Warriors 2-5, plays 2-4.
Yeah, not enjoying the best of seasons, and As we mentioned before, the heat really on for the Warriors. But Ralphie Sewer going through like a cannon. Now the ball comes out towards Jacquia. He's been in quite a deal of the action. He was held when he didn't have possession by McTavish. The umpire didn't see that. The umpire was Max Kazakria. And look at Jacquia. He's just waving and saying this is a jumper, and it was being held. Steve Jacquia said, I can't believe that decision. Salisbury gets the tap. Tapped on intelligently by McDonald. Well done, champion. Nearly lost his nose then, but he plays on. He wasn't concerned. He had the football. Lynch has 2 players to beat. Couldn't do so. Christie there. Still in there working. Oh, great effort, Robbie Lynch. Tremendous courage. The ball's still there. Siebert now, I don't know why they're calling a ball up there. They've got to let the players knock it out or ping someone for not attempting to knock it out. They certainly have relaxed that new rule.
Great work by Lynch. Tremendous performance by Lynch. Taken by McTavish, thrown to Thompson, and turned to Hodgman. Oh, Hodgman met heavily by Clem, but fairly. Chick Whitten up high. Cronin in front. Players working for the football, but umpire Neville Thorpe, always with a smile on his face. Thorpe.
I can tell you, Ken, it's rather frustrating when you're a player out there and something happens like it happened to Jacquia, and you look at him and he's just got that grin on his face.
He's a happy man. All umpires are happy people anyway. West comes out towards Parsons, working hard. Back to champion. He's in more strike for the early settlers. Does it very cleverly. Up towards centre half forward. Gibbs in the seat here and marks. Gibbs, gee whiz, he's a cool customer. Kick number 6 for Gibbs. Puts it out in front of Simons, who soccers off the ground. Martin with superior pace wins front spot. One is the call. It's heavy stuff out there. Martin going in hard. So is Simons. McDonald over to Harris. Gee whiz, the work rate of the Warriors is fantastic in this first quarter. Puts it back towards centre half forward. Lynch goes without the football, then is pulled away. He'll get a free kick. Lynch the free kick.
He's working very hard up forward. Good battle there with Seabohm. 8 possession. He puts it in long. Oh, there's a big push there. The umpire couldn't work out who was pushing who, and I can't blame him. There was a lot of it happening. Now the ball comes out towards Thompson. His sweeping handball out towards Marshall. Marshall assesses the options, has a look upfield. He was looking for James West. Running out there is Alex Lunn, and he takes that ball over the line. 22 minutes gone. Glenelg 2-5-17, leading the Warriors 2-4-16. Let's hope this game can remain tight and close throughout the evening as the ball comes out towards Detman. Takes that over the line with a hip and shoulder from Nick Chidwin. And Peter, you don't get many players that try as hard as Nick Chidwin.
No, he's a real little goer, Kim, that's for sure.
Throw in. Here's a chance now for Scores as he bounds away at centre wing out of sight, up towards full forward. Coming out is Russell and Cox, ball to ground. Donovan has the football at half back, kicks up towards centre wing, looking for West, and finds that player. Jimmy West on the attacking side of centre. Aims for Big Melican. Newton there. Simons pushed that player in the back and picked up well on that occasion by umpire Max Kazakria. The push was there, and Newton the free kick. The handball on. Oh, it's dangerous across the goals towards Cronin, but it was beautifully put to Cronin. Cronin is flanked on this occasion by McDonald. He's had plenty of possession this first quarter. It's a wobbly old kick towards centre half forward. Lynch does it well. He's worked hard up forward. He really has. He's got to get a kick. He does just in the nick of time. Up towards full forward. Gibbs coming back. What's about he takes the ball through the line? No, he won't. He normally does. Or to a little kick finds McTavish. McTavish back towards the half-back flank towards Scotty Salisbury, but the ball goes out of play.
Yeah, hasn't Robert Lynch been in fine touch at centre half forward? Not the classical centre half forward, but he's worked very hard for every ball that's come through that area.
Ball comes down now towards Harris. He's working quite hard as well. He centres that brilliantly. Players set themselves and punch down towards Gibbs. Incredible how he's in the right position all the time, Ross Gibbs. Out to Donovan, in turn out towards McTavish. Now Hewitt wants it over the top, and McTavish obliges. Hewitt has a paddock there to work in. He puts out a pass. It's well dispatched to find Marshall. David Marshall back towards Hewitt. The Bays have set up the loose man. Now the ball is centred there, looking for Hodgman. Stood his ground well. Great experience. Outmanoeuvred Detman. Took it on the second grab. The Warriors have made a change. Parsons off and Gary Haylock on. Hodgman too far out to score. Kick number 8 already for Hodgman. He's been a live wire in this first term. In fact, it may have cleared the pack. It has. It's a goal to Kim Hodgman, and it's a beauty, a most unexpected one.
Yes, well, Ken Dillon said he wouldn't make the distance, but he did. It was certainly a magnificent kick. Mind you, the pack was forced under the football, but it's a great goal to Kim Hodgman. And the Bays now kick away to a 7-point lead at the almost the 25-minute mark of this first quarter. And the Bays are working hard, although take nothing away from the Warriors. Their work rate in this first quarter has been nothing short of sensational. So as we go into time on in the first quarter, it's the Bays by 7 points.
Melican having his first run on the ball, tries to apply a tackle. Clem in there, but it's picked up nicely by Salisbury. His handball out wide to Simons. The handball was very good to Donovan. Great feel then by Simons. Oh, that should have been taken. It was missed by Jamison. Oh, good tackle on McDonald. McDonald got the handball away. Champion's hot, but he shrugged the tackle there from West. Goes across ground. That went off the side of the boot. They're going to have to work hard here. This could be a costly mistake. Hodgman's in there again, this time on the left boot. Centres it. There's no one back there. Oh, the mark was missed by O'Dwyer. The crumbs are picked up by Champion. He puts it out wide. It's one out player out there for them, and that's Panizza. He's a pretty good player. If anyone was going to beat two players, it'd be Panizza, and he did that well to keep the ball in the area.
Yeah, Glenelg have made an early change. Peter Maynard's come off. Rod Jamison's come on in his place, and Peter Maynard looked out of form out there tonight. I don't think he's having a particularly good year.
Gee, there's some dangerous stuff on that occasion by the Warriors coming across that face of goal. Panizza picked up with a hurry kick back towards the centre wing. John Seabone with Lynch. Also Scotty Salisbury. Players working hard for possession. It's a loose ball towards Melican now. He runs into Clem, gets it out to Gibbs. What a quarter this bloke's having. Gibbs, look at that, beautifully put. Straight to Donovan. Marshall's by himself. That's Jamison in the action at the moment. Bullet-like pass, beautifully put to Bartlett. Couldn't control it, however. Marshall goes in. In goes Jack Weir. The ball is being held to him, according to umpire Neville Thorpe. And in fact, it was Champion, and he'll call for a bounce. So the Bays' work rate is picked up, and they're slowly but surely playing the better footy.
26.5 minutes gone. The ball comes out towards Cronin. Champion in there once more. He's had a pretty good first term. O'Dwyer tries to kick that off the ground. He did it well. The handball out to Detman. He couldn't control it. Panizza gets an opportunity. Now it goes back to Detman. Detman had no alternative. He was placed under pressure, and that ball goes out of play on the half-forward flank for the Tigers. 3 goals, 5-23 to the Warriors 2-4-16. The Warriors have had plenty of opportunities in this first term to improve that scoreline. In there is Schwarz. Umpire Neville Thorpe once again blows that whistle.
I can't help but thinking, Kim, that Glenelg are lucky to be in this situation. Woodville had far more of the play, but just haven't been as direct as Glenelg.
I agree with you, Peter, and when you're down like this, you can't afford to not make the most of your opportunities when you have control of the football. Let's see if they have time before the siren sounds. The ball is put up high by Schwarz. Off hands, Thompson taps it back towards Gibbs. Gibbs with the handball back towards Seabone. He missed his target in Melican. It's close to the boundary line. Thompson in there looking for a free kick. Haylock working hard, and there'll be a bounce only metres in from the boundary line.
28 minutes gone the first term here at Football Park. You're watching Monday Night Live Football on Nine's Wide World of Sport. Sewer and also Thompson. Harris, Seabone, Marshall. Very skillful footballer. And there's the siren to end the first quarter here at Football Park on Monday Night Live Football. The Tigers 3-5-23, the Warriors 2-4-16, a margin of 7 points in favour of the Tigers as we take you to Kevin Crease with a news break.
Thanks, Ken. Thank you, Graham. Another player out there that is making himself very noticed is Kim Hodgman. He had 9 kicks in the first quarter. He's taken off the long sleeve jumper. He's got the short one on, or the sleeveless one on, and he means business. In there, working his way through his Marshall. Ran into a brick wall, though, and we'll have a bounce once more by Max Kazakria. So the Tigers lead by 7 points. Perhaps it should have been closer. The ball tapped down towards Salisbury. It goes back to Donovan. Donovan's kick was smothered, taken by Hodgman. He's into the action again. Kick number 10, round his body. Up high there at the back was West. He couldn't take it. Chigwidden stole it off the pack. He lines up the goals, and that's a great start to the Tigers.
Well, that started from half-back, of course, with Donovan getting the ball to Hodgman around the corner, and Chigwidden did it superbly. He really did. Raised the eyes, weaved out of the pack, raised the eyes, and knew where the goals were and bottled. That's a very quick goal by the Bays, and a very important one. No doubt that lift the confidence. Now, of course, the big question is, can the Warriors come back? 4-5, plays 2-4.
The Warriors trail by 13 points. They can't afford to get behind. They have to stay in touch. They've got to turn this into a real dogfight because they won't get anything easy tonight. The ball goes forward from Panizza out towards Sewer. It bounced over the head of that player. Picked up by Ross Gibbs once more. He's got a magnet. There's no questioning that. The ball just goes to him all the time. Panizza once more having an interesting duel with Hewitt on the outer side. Harper drives that in long. Setting himself there was Cox. Couldn't take it. And Russell takes the ball over the line, and we'll have a throw in the right forward pocket.
Yes, the Warriors into attack, and they've got to convert. They've got to keep in touch with the Bays. A very important game tonight for the Warriors. Throw in. Lynch. Around the body up towards full forward. Sewer thumped away by McTavish. A chance for Harris. Paddles the ball out, gets it again at the second attempt. Runs around with his right boot, hooks it back. It's coming back towards goal, but nowhere near enough. And sadly for the Warriors, only a minor. They go to 2-5-17. The Tigers 4-5-29.
Yeah, critical period of the game for Woodville. They just cannot let Glenelg get away from them, and must stay in touch, or it could be a walkover. And Woodville just need a goal desperately.
Loose checking by the Warriors as Gibbs just casually dropped that ball over towards Hodgman. Kick number 11. He puts it up high. Out there looking for Christie from behind Newton. The spoil was good. Off hands is taken by Haylock. That's a wobbly kick forward. Russell, the back of the pack, was the spoiler. Gibbs in there. It's picked up by Clem. He was tackled high, and he'll receive the free kick. Reward for his courage. Darren Clem, number 2. Former West Australian. Former Claremont player, in fact. He'll be kicking from about 40 metres out. Kick number 2. The situation's fairly desperate at the moment. They need a goal, and he hasn't let his side down.
Well, that was a critical goal for the Warriors, as Peter Carey told you a moment ago. They've got to stay in touch with the Bays. The Bays gave me the impression late in that first quarter and the early part of this quarter that they may take control of this game, and that would be disappointing because the Warriors worked extremely hard in the first 20 minutes of that first quarter. But that was a good goal by Clem. The free kick was there. The tackler was Johnny Seabohm. The tackle was too high, and Clem now getting a very valuable goal for the Warriors. Glenelg 4-5, Woodville 3-5.
3.5 minutes gone in the second term, and the Tigers lead by 6 points. Free kick's been picked out. It'll go the way of Newton. Garth Newton. Had a season in the reserves a couple of years ago, playing full forward. He just couldn't get into the side due to the good form of Stephen Nichols. Now he gets an opportunity in the ruck. He's working quite manfully out there as that ball is punched towards the boundary line by Donovan. And there's Scott Parsons all rugged up there. He has ice on his ankle under all that, under those blankets. Clem in there once more. And once more we'll have another bounce. So the football's been reasonably stop-start. The endeavour's been good by both sides. Kazakria puts the ball to ground. Christie won that tap easily, straight down towards Marshall. Hodgman once more. He's been in everything tonight. He drives that in long. Chigwidden went up high. Champion took the crumbs. He was dispossessed. Ball comes out towards Cronin. He drives it forward, but it's poorly directed, and Seabohm takes the easiest of marks.
He's flanked by McTavish, who pivots out of trouble. Back towards half forward he goes. McDonald back there with Jamison having a battle. The Bays wanted a free kick for Jamison. McDonald, a hard worker in the first quarter for the Warriors. A poor handball. Oh, they're in trouble. They're overdoing it. Back towards Chigwidden. Chance for Jack Weir. In fact, it's Champion who steps over the pack. And umpire Neville thought will call for a bounce down. Gee, he did a Fred Astaire on that occasion, Champion.
Well, Kenny really made up his mind. There was one way to go. That was straight through.
To his credit, he tiptoed through the tulips. By Thorpe, puts it down, tapped away by West. Chance McDonald again. Not a good kick. Back towards Salisbury. Down goes Jamison. And the ball goes out of play. Half forward right for the Bays. 5.5 minutes into the second quarter, and we've got the Bays in front by 6 points. West. Chance for Thompson. The handball to West puts him under the hammer. poor handball by Thompson. The ball is forced out of play.
Newton to do the ruck work, opposed to West. West from behind. Oh, up high was Simons. The tap wasn't effective. Now it goes down towards Thompson. He'll hook this back with his right boot. Well, that was his intention. But he didn't quite catch the right end of the football, and it went out of bounds on the full. The idea was there, the timing not quite right. He's an exciting young player, Thompson. And McDonald is finding some form as well, and that's great to see for himself and the Warriors as he gets good depth with that kick to the centre of the ground. Sewer underneath it. It goes down towards Newton doing the roving. He sold the dummy too. He did it well, the big chap. He's put it out to Johnny Martin. The Warriors are a chance. He places the ball on the ground. He moved around onto his left foot. He drives it in long. Now there is Harris trying to soccer it off the ground. And again, couldn't do so. And it just trickles over for a point, and oh, they may rue that opportunity.
Oh, great work by Gibbs. He put his body between the ball and the play and did it superbly, but that was a golden opportunity for the Warriors. They're working hard, but perhaps not getting the results on the board for their work rate. Russell kicks off, goes towards Martin and Simons. Good defensive work by Martin.
Yeah, I felt on that occasion that Stephen Cox had the opportunity to lead to Martin, but led to the wrong direction, and Martin couldn't find him.
Good mark by Thompson on the half-back flank. Draws on the mark. Thompson towards centre wing he goes. Looking at there for James West. Or Clem coming in. West champion. Back to Jamison. He'll be Collard. Gets a handball to Marshall. Marshall towards centre half forward. The Bays into attack. Coming out there was Detman. Courageous mark, Detman. He'll get a 15-metre penalty kick. No, he won't. As Cronin runs away as his pants almost pulled down. Back towards champion. Will they get out of this, the Warriors? He breaks past McDonald. Oh, it's a shocking kick. Alan Barter says thank you very much and marks it half forward. Gee whiz, they're working hard, but some of the mistakes they're making are unbelievable. His third kick to Bartlett up towards full forward over the top of the pack. Cronin again. Back towards the half-back flank. Jackware. Simons. Beautiful bounce favours Martin. That's better work by Peter Schwartz. Here's a chance. Zip Zap Sewer has the football. At centre half forward, a long kick. The only player back there is Russell, and he'll mark.
Russell, a very good player, also coach of the reserves, puts it out towards Gibbs, and in turn he finds McTavish. They have loose players everywhere, the Tigers. The ball goes out towards Seabohm. They've caught this Woodville defence a little disorganised, and now Hewitt has the football. Peniza putting pressure on him. A little bit of professional byplay there to allow his defenders to pick up the loose man. Oh, free kick there, and picked up by umpire Neville Thorpe. That's good umpiring. They'll have to go back to McDonald. In fact, it's Lung. Well and truly held, and the ball was nowhere near him. He goes short, out there looking for Sewer, finds that player. He'll have to be quick. He gets the kick away. He held back on that. He was looking for Schwarz, and it was awful. It went straight over that player's head. Now Lynch has to work to keep his team in with a chance here. He's being harassed by Marshall. Over the top of Dwyer, tapped out to Peniza. No one wants to pick it up and kick it. Eventually Lynch does so, and he kicks it straight to Chigwidden.
Gee, Woodville's disposal is diabolical at the moment on occasions. Chigwidden with the mark at centre wing. Bayes back into attack. Big Newton, not paid. Hart working hard is Clem in the bottom of the pack. McDonald having a good game. Has the ball forced out of his hands. O'Dwyer out towards Peniza. Peniza will use his pace, breaks away, up towards half forward. Now can they do something with it? Zip that Sewer. Well, he's a live wire up there. He surely is. Sewer. Kick number 5 up towards Cox. Russell the spoiler. Ball to ground. Harris with a chance. Harris in towards goal. Which way will it go? Oh, just missed. Strike me pink, that was close, but only a minor score. 3-7-25. The Tigers 4-5-29.
I just wonder, Ken, Woodville had so much use of the ball, but you know what footy's all about is using that ball to the best when you do get it, and it doesn't matter how many chances you get, you've just got to make the best use of them, and Woodville's certainly not doing that at the moment.
Ross Gibbs puts that ball back in towards Simons. He hooks it around his body. They had the loose player there again. It's Donovan. He dropped it, but had time to pick the football up. Puts it in up towards West. He couldn't take it. In there, McDonald. Champion in there. Now it's tapped out towards... Well, Marshall was held by Peniza. The umpire didn't see it. Now the ball tapped out. Champion's having to earn his pay tonight, I can tell you that. It's been under a lot of pressure. The ball soccer towards the boundary line. 10.5 minutes gone. 4 goals, 5. 29. Plays 3 goals, 7. 25. Newton wins the tap. McDonald in there. He was tackled, didn't have the football. Now it's out to Schwarz. West with a chance. It tapped out towards Marshall and Panizza, and the boundary line wins out once more. Peter, just looking at you're saying about using the ball, Kevin Harris has looked very threatening this evening, but not quite finishing off his work, but perhaps getting back to that form of a few seasons ago.
Yeah, he's a great ball getter, but does struggle with his disposal at times. He's not a penetrating kick, and you know, his effort's tremendous, but his disposal's not tremendous.
Deadman. Oh, Christie went up high. Oh, that's Stopen again, Soup. I'll ponder on that for a while, Soup. The running play is McTavish. I'm not a road scholar, but I'll try and work it out. West coming in there takes a mark. We're 11.5 minutes into the second term, and it's the Bays by 4 points. West, big and strong. Up towards full forward. Milliken has the set, but not the mark. Chance now for Lund to take the crumbs. Back to Harris. Flanked by Detman. Oh, he's going to read a brick wall here. Oh, did it cleverly, champion. Well done, champion. Top stuff. Whoa, have a bounce. And a relayed free kick. In fact, they're going to bring it back. So champion will get the free kick. Got a high tackle after he handballed. I thought that would have been a relayed free kick, but not the case. Up towards centre wing. Ball to ground. Haylock onto the left boot. Back towards centre half forward, but straight to Gibbs. Gee whiz, that man again, Gibbs. Back towards McTavish. He's had 14 possessions, Gibbs. His own football tonight. Hodgie through half forward. Into the pocket. Lund going back there. McDonald. The ball beat both those players out of play.
Yeah, the difference between the sides you could see then, Glenelg are very direct with their use of the ball, don't muck around, get it forward very quickly. Woodville are taking 5 or 6 possessions to get the ball 30 or 40 metres. 13
minutes gone, and there's only 4 points in this game in favour of the Tigers. Now the handball from Lunn over the top towards Haylock. Haylock kicks cross back to the grandstand side looking for Martin, but he set that player up. Oh, Martin did well. It was rather illegal. He pulled Jamison down. The umpire wasn't equal to that. Now Simons flicks the ball back, and eventually the free kick goes towards Donovan, and perhaps that's justice.
Well, that was the even upper, that is for sure.
They've missed a few tonight. There it was. It was pretty obvious to us. Of course, the umpire was on the other side, so perhaps he was unsided there. 15 metres against West. Newton doesn't use that. Instead, he decided to give the ball to Jacquia and put him under pressure. Luckily, Jacquia was able to get out of trouble. Had to use all his talent and pace to do so, though. Now the ball comes down to Christie. In there is Martin. Russell was grabbed when he didn't have the football. And Max Kazakria says, I'll bounce it. Well, I'm a little confused tonight. I'm certainly seeing some of these a little different to the men in white. Let's hope it doesn't happen when the game gets to a more critical stage. In there is Christie. He'll blow the whistle again, and we'll have another replay of that bounce.
Any time from the Woodville's point of view is critical time, Kim. Umpire Max Kazakria. Just a couple tonight, but he's only human. Bumped over the top, zip zap. Weaves his way through the pack. Oh, back to Martin. Strike me pink, zip zap again. He's in more strife. Back towards Christie. Well, Soup, fair dinkum. Take over from home, will you?
Oh, Ken, you know, Woodville, you can't doubt the effort, but their use of the ball is just not good enough at this stage.
Never a dull moment with Rouse Sewer. Now Harris has a turner, crashing his way through the pack. He goes towards goal. Russell equal to the occasion with a good spoil. And the ball goes over the line. We'll have a throw in the left forward pocket. Nearly 15 minutes gone in this second term. Still only 4 points the difference. 4-5-29 to 3-7-25. They need a goal badly, the Warriors. Out there towards Lynch. Got boot to ball. Not much distance though. The crumbs are picked up by Donovan. And the Bay should work this out. Well, there's no one out there. Panizza will be first there. Look at him go. He's only got the boundary line to beat. Got there in plenty of time. Now the kick comes back towards Clem. It wasn't a percentage kick. And the ball has gone out of play. And why in the world would you go short when a player is about 2 feet away from the boundary line when the goals are... Oh, that amazes me. Always easier from up here. Now the handball from Jamison. Out towards Thompson. To the young brigade. The kick not good, and it's been taken by Newton. He plays on. The big tap gets around Chigwidden. He tried hard to restrain him. Couldn't do so. Harper in there. He's been surprisingly quiet. Clem on the bottom of the pack. And once more we'll have a bounce.
Almost 16 minutes gone in their second term. And it's the Bays by 4 points. Peter Maynard, not a happy boy, Peter. Not a very happy boy, I might add. He's not happy about being taken from the ground, which is fair enough. Sewer up high, couldn't complete the mark. Harris a chance. Got to be holding the pill. That's got to be holding the ball. Not paid. Play on is the call. It's scrambly stuff at the moment. And umpire Max Kazakre will call for a bounce.
Ken, I enjoyed having a look at Peter Maynard's face then. He's clearly not happy at being on the boundary line, and anyone that knows Peter Maynard, or Maxie as he's known to his mates, he certainly would have had a word to say when he got dragged. Ball goes to the boundary line, cleverly socked in by Panizza, but it was over the line, so we'll have a throw in once more.
Well, also, he'd be getting cold there, Peter Maynard, just standing there, for goodness sake. I don't know who they're trying to bring off. Rex lay with him there, but however, play goes on. It's in the forward pocket for the Warriors. Seabone, his kick is smothered. Oh, misunderstanding as Harris comes in. Finally kicks towards goal. Can they convert? Russell is back there. Also back there is Gibbs. Now watch him go. One bounce. It'll come back to him. Doesn't get flustered at all, Bosco. Back towards centering. Simons can't complete the mark. Hewitt coming in for the Bays. Picked it up beautifully. Then McDonald comes in. The handball goes over the line, right in front of the stand here at Footy Park.
Well, Simons was clearly held by John Martin then. The umpire didn't pick that one up at all. Hewitt off, Maynard on, Hodgman over the top of the football. It's paddled out now towards Marshall. He grabs it, the ball is held to him. We'll have a bounce once more. 17.5 minutes gone. It's still 29-25. The Warriors are doing the attacking as they did in the early stages of the first term, but they just cannot get the score on the board. Harper with the tap, thumps it back in the direction of Thompson. Oh, good body work, Panizza. Schwarz in there, Clem dives over the top. And we'll have a bounce once more. In fact, that's Jacquerie at the bottom there. A few of these Woodville players looking decidedly blonder this season. That man being one of them, Champion the other, and even Ian Detman. A bit of treatment on the locks, I think.
Say something there, Kimbo, couldn't I? But I won't. I wouldn't dare embarrass you. As we see Newton with the football now at centre wing. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Up they go. Over the top went Lynch. Ball to ground. Harris working hard. Tackled by Gibbs. The ball is being held to him. Good tackle by Roscoe Gibbs. And umpire Max Kazakre will call for a bounce. Ball 5, plays 3-7. 18.5 minutes into the second term. And Kimbo, you're trying to get a word here, but you're not going to. As umpire Max Kazakre puts the football down. Hard body work. Hard in there, out wide, a chance for Haylock. Thompson, Robbie Thompson, plenty of pace, paddles the ball towards the boundary line. It goes out of play. Woodville into attack.
Ken, I think what Woodville really need is someone to kick to up forward, someone that can take a grab in the goal square, and Stephen Cox can't get in the game for Woodville at the moment. And you know, I think Russell Ebert should be looking at possibly making a change there.
19 minutes gone, still only 4 points in it. The breeze, well, it's not really having any influence on the game here. In fact, the flags surrounding the ground are fairly limp, perhaps favouring the northern end, if anything, but gee, I wouldn't like to put any value on that breeze whatsoever. Peter Schwarz, there we see one of the flags. But as you're aware down here, it's normally a swirly, gusty type of breeze, and the other flags surrounding the ground hardly moving at all. Jamison's handball was good to Donovan, now out towards Hodgman. He was placed under good pressure. In there, McDonald couldn't take it. Maynard picks it up. That'll make him happy, but that kick won't. Went straight to Newton. No, that was always going to happen. He didn't give himself any room. Simons now has the football, and he's placed it well to West. He should have taken that, and Detman picks up the crumbs. Let's see if the Warriors can do something positive. This man normally uses the ball well, Jacquerie. Over towards Schwarz. There's one way to go, and that is long. He's got Haylock there. He's conceding inches to Russell. At the back of the pack there is Thompson. He gives it out to McTavish. He kicks around his body. The Warriors have the numbers. Jacquerie, the handball to Sewer. Sewer lifts the eyes, gets around an opponent, puts it up high. They need a big grab. Matthews sets himself, couldn't take it. Taken off hands by Russell, out towards Hodgman. He has numbers there, uses McTavish, and once again the Bays work it out of trouble.
Yes, they do. Over towards Peter Maynard from half-back, comes towards centre wing. Detman's in the van here, and he'll take the mark. I tell you what, there's no doubt in my mind, Russell will be saying, where's Djakovic tonight? They're breaking down up forward, something shocking, the Warriors. Over to Harris. Oh, Martin's in real strife. But bounced away from Peter Maynard. Used his pace, a high kick, but he's there. Ross Gibbs, Christie, take your pick. McTavish is there. That's the way it goes. He's at half-back, out of side. McTavish. Loving playing this back pocket move over towards Peter Maynard. Wasn't meant for that player. He done is the handball over to Melican. Can the Bays convert? Up towards full forward it goes. Bartlett from behind. Thumped the ball. The ball is thumped away, should I say. Over towards the champion. He comes back towards McDonald. Grandstand side. Centre wing. Back there is Hodgman. Can't take the mark. Donovan. And the ball goes out of play. Centre wing, grandstand side. 21 minutes into the second term, and it's the Tigers by 4 points.
Conditions ideal here at Football Park. Perhaps just a little bit of moisture and dew on the grass out there, but apart from that, it's been a magnificent day. Adelaide Cup day. The handball comes out towards Simons. He's over the top towards Maynard. He chanced his arm, or then missed with the handball, and he was lucky to win a free kick there. It was there, but he was fortunate. Maynard puts it up. West is his target. He has front position. The spoil is good by champion. Salisbury in there. Socket off the ground by Harris. Luck's a fortune. It comes out towards Haylock. He has a fumble. He needs support. Great pressure applied out there by the Bays. O'Dwyer round his body. Out there looking for Sewer. In fact, it was Lynch. Dennis Russell kicks that off the ground. It gets very close to the boundary line. Players have an airy there. Harris picks up the crumbs. Lynch over the top. He puts Clem under the hammer. He was equal to that. Back towards Lynch. The ball is put up high. This is where they're breaking down. They'll need some luck here too, as Maynard gets that handball over towards Simons. He has an absolute panic. There's one bounce. It bounced about 3 times though. Kick number 9, same as his number. Out towards Hodgman. And Hodgie's kept it in play, but only temporarily.
Gee, Sue, how many times have the Warriors gone forward only to break down up forward?
Yeah, I think Ross Gibbs looks like he's playing loose in defence at the moment. There's no one really having the discipline to pick him up, and have just got to with a guy like Ross Gibbs back there.
Chigwidden towards half forward, West in front. Chigwidden follows up, he's in trouble. Back to James West. Good work by champion. Back to Chigwidden. Oh, a high tackle to Chigwidden, and he'll get a free kick. Well, they're lucky to get out of that, the Bays. Chigwidden, there it is in replay. Certainly the high tackle was there. His 11th possession for Chigwidden. Up towards centre half forward it goes. Champion in the back. And Richard Champion the free kick. Yes, he's done a top job, Champion. 9 kicks, 2 handballs. From centre half back, not a bad performance. 23.5 minutes into the second term. Kicks towards centre wing. Ball to ground. Seabone's got his hands to the football. Simons with a handball over to Peter Maynard. He'll get a free kick. Yes, hanging on.
And he was looking for that one. But John Martin fell for the 3-card trick. Well played, Peter Maynard. Kick number 7 coming up for Maynard. He's had 5 handballs as well as we approach time on. We're at the 24-minute mark of this second term. O'Dwyer with the spoil. That was beautifully picked up by Chigwidden, but the tackle was equal to that passage of play, and we'll have a bounce once more. Neville Thorpe to do the honours. Marshall opposed to Jacquia in the middle. Gibbs is having a little trot down the ground. You can't see him in your screen at the moment. The free kick will go the way of the Warriors, and Ross Gibbs had just toddled all the way down to the forward lines. He liked kicking goals in time on. Doesn't ask for permission to do that. Just takes it upon himself, and it pays off most of the time. Harris, he was looking for, I think, Detman. Goes out towards Sewer. Now Sewer in with a chance. It's socket back there towards O'Dwyer. Des O'Dwyer really made a stronghold of the full-back position since going down to the Warriors from Norwood. Punch forward by Cox. He's been a quiet player. The ball trying to work its way free, but eventually Max Cuzzer-Creer will have to bounce on that outer side. 25 minutes gone, we're into time on. Well, they've worked hard, the Warriors. 10 scoring shots to 9 in favour of Woodville. Yet they trail on the scoreboard. Clem in there trying to crash his way through. He got through okay, but he left the ball behind. Now the handball comes out to Jamison. He'll have to get past Panizza, does so well. Marshall with the ball, normally has immaculate foot skills. He put it out towards Bartlett, who he covered well. This will be a goal, it should be. He lines them up. He's on the wrong side of the big white post.
Well, that should have been a goal. Alan Bartlett had plenty of time to steady, balance himself and raise the eyes, but couldn't convert. The kick-off by Lunn. Back towards centre wing. Martin is there. Simon's in front. Back to Simons from Marshall, back to Marshall on the 1-2. Onto the left boot up towards full forward. West is in front. The spoiler was O'Dwyer. McDonald with an opportunity. That's Colin McDonald of Woodville. Kicked it off the ground. Back to Johnny Martin. Champion's in trouble. Real stripe. Loses the football. Simons. Back to Peter Maynard. Since coming on has done some useful things, and he goes short and finds Hodgman. Hodgman at centre half forward. His 15th kick. He's certainly been a fine player up until this stage for the Bays. Kick 1-1. Screw punt. Peter Carey said he wouldn't make the distance. Super's quite right. It didn't quite make the distance. Trickles off the hands of Gary Christie.
27.5 minutes gone. That 26.5 minutes gone. Exactly one goal the difference. Hodgie still playing great football. Lund, short pass. Finds Jacquia. In fact, it's Detman. Detman plays on quickly. Well, it's an obvious instruction by Russell Ebert for his side to play on at all costs, and they've carried it out to a letter, but at times they've placed themselves under pressure in doing so. Endeavour has been extremely good by this Warriors side as Chick Witten tried to crash his way through, and there's the siren to signify half-time.
Yes, at half-time it's the Tigers by 6 points. Glenelg 4 goals, 7-31 and a low-scoring game, leading Woodville 3-7-25. You're watching Monday Night Live Football on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Welcome back to Football Park. Down goes the bounce for the start of the third quarter. It favours Christie. He takes the football, a hurried kick. Back towards centre wing. McDonald off the ground. The Warriors into attack. Mr. Cool. Ross Gibbs going back there. Paddles the ball towards the boundary line. Clem goes in hard for the Warriors, but the ball goes out of play. One or two interesting changes here, Soup. I think Des O'Dwyer's gone to centre half forward.
Yeah, that's correct, and they've really lacked up forward, and a good move by Russell Ebert.
Well, let's see if it pays off, because O'Dwyer's kicked some goals from that forward line before. When he played for Nord, he bagged 10 one day. And there's a good mark taken by James West. And, of course, he's playing centre-half forward for the Tigers. 31 plays 25. There's 6 points in it. The Warriors have tried very hard tonight. There's a huge push in the back there. But it's been picked up by little Maxi Kazakria. And the free kick will go the way of Lynch, it appears to be. Yes, it is Lynch. Well, he was playing quite well up forward. Now the ball comes to Newton, 15 metres. Maynard not happy, having a few words, as usual. And the ball comes out to Donovan, he taps that over the line. He's a great character, Peter Maynard. There he is. I tell you what, he'd talk a glass eye to sleep. He's incredible. Been a great player for the Bays, though. Originally hailed from Shepparton by the Melbourne Football Club. Great smother, Hodgman. And that'd sting the fingers on a night like tonight. McTavish around the body. Panizza with an opportunity. Perhaps should have left it for Champion. He obliged by giving it to Champion. Champion's played well tonight. He's drived it long. It's going to be close. Just stays in play as Thompson punches it over the boundary line.
McTavish trying to con the boundary umpire to say it was out of bounds on the full. But the boundary umpire in the correct spot. It's the Tigers by 6 points into this third quarter. Great night for footy. It's coming to you on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Haylock hooks it back towards the full forward area. Zip zap. Oh, did it beautifully. Great stuff. Zip zap. No, damn it. Strike me, Pink. Zip zap. You've missed it. Point blank range and they've missed. Woodville 3-8-26. The Tigers 4-7-31. Super. They can do nothing right.
Yeah, shocking miss from someone whose experience is Ralph Sewer. Scotty Salisbury's been given the job on Ralph Sewer. Shouldn't have started off a lot worse than he did, but been let off the hook, and it'll be interesting to see how that duel goes from here on in.
Could end up being a fairly fiery one. The game stays so close. I can't believe that loose checking there. The ball allowed to be brought in so easily. This sets up the loose man, and all of a sudden, due to some good foot passing, the Tigers have the ball on the grandstand wing, and the Warriors haven't been able to touch the football. He's driven in long once more, and there's a good mark taken by James West. Well, he's improving all the time. That's his 7th mark. He really does give them something to aim for. There he is, eyes on the ball. Tremendous effort. Now over the top of it, paddling the ball forward. It comes out to Jacquia. He couldn't take the football. He's grabbed when he didn't have it. McTavish puts it forward. Oh, well, there you go. He should have been at Morphettville today. Colin McDonald with another kick. It goes out towards Detman. The handball over the top finds Panizza. Panizza's worked very hard. A very short style of football, though. Really gets behind it and kicks it a long way. As Harris puts it up high, setting himself Seabohm. He opted to spoil, and it was a very effective spoil at that.
Certainly can't doubt or question the Warriors' endeavour tonight. It's been there. They certainly haven't got the results on the board for their hard work. Dwyer, Christie, Seabohm. There's a chance for Panizza once again. Donovan coming in. Panizza shrugs the tackle, gets a hurry kick. Chigwidden, Haylock gathered it beautifully. Then saw the loose play, which was Clem. Clem goes back into trouble with a shocking handball. They're messing about Woodville over towards Newton. He's run down by West. It comes by Champion. He's played well at centre half back. He really has. Up towards centre half forward he goes. Russell judged the ball superbly. Goes out wide. Now the chance for the base to set up some sort of movement. Hewitt on the outer side runs through centre. Races the eyes, wobbles the kick towards centre half forward. McDonald dropped a mark he should have taken. Lund is tackled, loses the football. Peter Mano with a hurry kick back towards full forward, but the ball is trickling towards the line and in fact out of play. So as the Bays into attack, 4.5 minutes into the third quarter, and they lead by 5 points.
Well, the pattern has well and truly been set. It's going to be a hard slog. I don't think we'll see a lot of pretty football. This game may go right down to the wire due to the continual harassment by this Woodville side. They really are working hard, just not making the most of their opportunities. Now it goes between the legs of a few players. It comes out towards Hewitt. He lines up the goals, but he's offline once more, so the difference, once again, is 1 goal at the 5-minute mark of this third term.
Ball about to be brought into play. Detman with the footy. Grandstand side as away he goes. Big Newton couldn't take the mark. The ball is out of play. Certainly tried hard tonight, Newton. Christie started superbly. I thought Newton did some fine stuff in that second quarter. He's big and he's strong. Shows plenty of ability. Over the top, McDonald having his best game for quite some time. Into the middle it goes. A chance for O'Dwyer now. He runs past the football, taken by Seabohm. Well blocked on that occasion by Cox. Marshall or McTavish hit on the head with a football. Schwartz should get a free kick. He will. Played to advantage. That's good umpiring. Clem runs through centre. Up towards half forward it goes. Zip-zapped in the van. Can't take the mark. Takes Salisbury with him. Oh, Russell lost the football. Zipped up a chance again. Geez, working hard. This is Haylock. A chance to goal! Unfollowed. They're back in front of the Warriors.
Well, great play there by the Warriors. They moved that ball through the centre with some fluency. It was the most direct passage of play they'd been involved in. I'm not sure if it was the correct option when he kicked the sewer. He was opposed to 2 players, but Ralphie's a battler. He's been a star over the years. He kept the ball in the area. Russell made the mistake. Haylock made up the necessary ground to pick up the football and managed to kick it through. And all of a sudden the scores are locked away here at Football Park after 6.5 minutes.
Back in the centre. Down goes the bounce. Christie with a tap. Taken by McDonald. He loses the football. Supported by Detman towards centre half forward Harris. Simons comes out for the Bays. Loses the football. In goes Harris again. Out goes Harris. Players working hard. Desperation by both sides at the moment. 7 minutes into the third quarter. Good game of footy. The umpire tonight, Max Kazakria on your screen. He's co-umpire Neville Thorpe. Newton over the top. Taken by the Warriors up towards half forward. Zip-zap Sewer and Scotty Salisbury having a ding-dong battle. Back towards Panizza. He breaks away from Hewitt. It's a wobbly kick towards centre half forward. Christie under the football and marks.
Yeah, they're breaking down. They're not giving their forwards many opportunities when they put the ball up so high. Glenelg in effect went backwards then, but they still have possession as the ball is put out wide and it finds McTavish. Very talented player, McTavish, quite an underrated footballer. He gets it back towards Donovan. Donovan drives it in towards the pocket and the mark's been taken by Maynard. Kick number 10 for Maynard. He's had 6 handballs as well. 164 senior games. He's had a fine career with the Bays. whether it be in defence or on the ball. Well, he fancies his chances here. He'll be kicking from about 45 metres out. The angle is quite evident. He couldn't quite cope with that angle, so it's offline. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full.
Peter Maynard, normally a very accurate kick for goal, but I would imagine that ball would be rather slippery tonight with the dewy conditions that prevail. Ball being brought back into play. Back towards half-back for the Warriors. Oh, good one-handed mark by Newton. Newton, he'll get a 15-metre, yes. Umpire Neville thought right on the spot against Christie. And this young man's game improving as the game goes on. Up towards the centre of the ground it goes. O'Dwyer in front. Has it been paid? Yes, it has. And the Warriors really taking this game right up to the base tonight. Comes out towards half-forward. Zip-zap, Scotty Salisbury. Almost to mark the zip-zap. Oh, picks it up. Way he goes. Tackle. Gets a handball. Too long, says umpire. Mexico's are clear. Over towards Hewitt. Away they go the base. Back towards centre wing. Here is Jamieson, a beautifully balanced player. Hooks it back. Beautifully put towards Hodgman. He went to Sporting, a wide champion. He's played superbly. Back past O'Donnell. He's going to lose it. He's got no support. Give it away. He gives it away. Away they go again to Lynch. Out wide. A chance for Harris. Take your pick, McDonald or Harris. Harris, they'll mess it up. Harris with the footy now. It's smothered. Good stuff by McTavish. Here's McDonald now. Back towards Harris. Harris is in trouble. Back towards Peniza. Gee, they're doing it the hard way. But their endeavour superb towards centre half forward. Zip zap, but Salisbury a fine mark.
Salisbury taken out a little bit late there. No 15 metres at all. The handball out towards Maynard. The Bays will endeavour to work it out of defence once more. His handball went over to Donovan. Back towards Maynard. Gee, these players are intent on placing themselves under pressure tonight. Now the crumbs come down to Simons. He tries to weave his way through. Puts it out in the path of Chigwidden. He'll be too quick for Newton. He drives it in long. Back there is West, and it's mark number 8. Well, that's the difference, how the two sides take the ball down the ground. The movement of Glenelg far cleaner and a lot swifter. Kick number 6. Puts it in towards the head of the square. Ball comes to ground. Lynch over the top. Picked up by O'Donnell. He's kicked 2 already. He was thrown off it. Bartlett has a snapshot. That goes across the face of goal. Back there is Detman. He has time to assess the options. He's not sure which one to take. He eventually kicks to 2 on the ones. He's made it hard for his teammate as the ball's punched back towards the forward, the boundary line.
Gee, he had no options to go at all then to the outer side. They're all the Bay players there, and that's why he thought about coming grandstand side, which would have been a mistake, but he had no option at all then, Peter, to do anything with the footy.
Exactly right, Ken. Perhaps he would have been better advised just kicking the ball along the ground and going for touch.
Yeah, they've struggled to be creative tonight. They haven't been able to set up the loose man and dispose of the ball effectively. Let's see if they can do it this time. Haylock out towards Schwarz. I tell you, they're working a lot harder, the Warriors. The signs are there. If they could just get a couple of these, a couple of goals on the board, they could be in with a real chance. This man's giving them something to aim at. O'Dwyer, he's not happy with what... Well, there's 15 metres. I can assure you, O'Dwyer had nothing to kick at anyway. Now he will go long. He puts it up. Matthews sets himself, and he should take it on the chest. The mark has been paid. He didn't have it all the time. It's his first touch. And an opportunity to put his side in front. Currently, the scores are locked away on 4 goals, 8 apiece. 32 points each. 12 minutes gone in this third term. And Robert Matthews will be kicking from about 40 metres out. The kick's on its way, and he's put the Warriors in front.
Well, their work rate, as we've said many times tonight, has been superb. Woodville, it hasn't been pretty football. In fact, both sides have made a number of unforced errors. The use of the football has been very ordinary. But I've been most impressed with the Warriors, with the way they're prepared to go in and get the football out, support each other, and they're taking the game right up to the Bays. The Bays would have to lift their work rate, as we see now Woodville in front by 6 points, 12.5 minutes in.
Let's see if the Warriors can build. They can't get it out the centre as Marshall goes for it, and there's West again, mark number 9. Well as Champion has played, this man has played well as well. It was 4 wells very quickly then. What a terrible piece of English. James West with an opportunity to lock the scores away. Kick number 7, and he's done exactly that.
Well, James West has certainly got a strong pair of hands. He's done some useful things at centre-half forward, but Richard Champion has also done some useful things at centre-half back. But that was the answer the Bays needed pretty quickly, so the scores once again are all tied away. 13 minutes into this third quarter, and it's anybody's ball game. As we go back to the centre, Bays and the Warriors.
Clem was the player that put that ball out towards Sewer. Now it comes out to Haylock. Let's see if the Warriors can get a quick reply. Dwyer, it's his third kick this quarter since he's been up forward. Puts it out for Matthews. He couldn't take it. Salisbury in there getting the crumbs. It goes back towards Gibbs. He's been a little quieter this term as he puts it out wide to Simons. And the ball goes towards the boundary line in front of the scoreboard, which reads after 14 minutes, 39 points. In fact, 38 points apiece. 5 goals, 8 apiece. That's been even football. Thrown in the left forward pocket. Harris in there. Kicks the ball forward. Going across the face of goals. Matthews back there. Couldn't control it. And will have a throw in the right forward pocket.
Sleep on 4 or 5 occasions in that first half. And again then, Scotty Salisbury doesn't appear to be attacking the ball with his hands as strongly as he normally does.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ken, and I think that's the reason he's been moved to the back pocket to play a negative role on Ralph Sewer, because he hasn't been particularly effective on the ball because of that hand.
Players working hard. Rumours have it, of course, is that Scott Salisbury got a broken bone in his hand and he gets up gingerly again. The action with Russell there, Scott Salisbury on your screen. But he's that tough, he'd play with a broken leg. Russell kicks back towards the centre wing. In front, Newton knocked down. Chance for Haylock. Up towards full forward with a high kick. Harris is there, falls into the free kick has been paid. It's against Seabone. It's going to go the way of the Warriors. I didn't see what it was for, but it's certainly against Johnny Seabone and Cox. This is his second kick. He's certainly been a quiet player tonight, but he's got an important kick here. It's about 30 metres from goal, almost directly in front. You can kick this, you'll put the Warriors back in front. Going towards the golf course end. Cox with the kick, left footer, wobbles it through. I think he snuck it in, has he? Yes, he has. Woodville, 6 goals, 8, 44. The Tigers 5-8, 38. The Warriors in front by 6 points.
Yeah, we see the ball kicked in here. John Seabone, yeah, probably right. His arm came out. Yeah, it slung him
probably
away.
Pete, was it?
I think Coxie might have been hanging on first, and John just wanted to get rid of him.
Oh, Pete. I thought that was a singlet underneath your shirt. It's still got your black and gold jumper on. Back in the centre, the tap down from Christie. It comes out wide. Over the top of that is Thompson. He's an exciting prospect. Met solidly by Clem. Simon's in there. Clever work. Very artistic the way he plays the game at times. Now the handball comes out towards Hodgman. Hodgman stabs at that pass. Good spoil there. The ball comes to ground. McDonald, he's been a star this afternoon, or this evening I should say. He's had about 15 kicks from that half-back line. Ran himself into a bit of trouble. They're going to have to... Oh, Panizza went through solidly. Wanted the socket off the ground. Over the top of that is Lynch. And that's good, desperate defensive play by the Warriors. And they're right in this game up to their ears. And I think this one will go down to the wire. I can't we'll see them letting Glenelg get on top here. They've only won 1 game this season, lost 3, but they can really sense that they're a big chance to win this game as it goes in long. Christie back there couldn't take it. Let's see what happens. It's socket off the ground. Cox over the top of the ball. He needs support. The handball out towards Harris was a poor one. Harris keeps it in play. Still has it in play. Clever work by the veteran. He was met solidly by Salisbury. Sewer in there. Threw it back to Harris. Now here's a goal for the Warriors. Oh, he's too slow. Oh, no. Play on the goal. And now a free kick picked out. Tell me he's going to get a free kick now. Oh.
Well, I can't believe that. That was the most glaring case you'll ever see of holding the ball. And strike me pink, Harris has got a free kick. The first incident was definitely holding the ball. The second free kick was also there, but holding the ball was the first free kick. It had to be holding the ball. Now Harris has been given a kick directly in front of goal. I couldn't believe that. In fact, the ball shouldn't have got there because the goal umpire signalled to the boundary umpire here on the half-forward flank, the ball was out of play. So Woodville very fortunate to get this opportunity, but that was a glaring case of holding the ball.
Well, this could be the turning point of the game, because if Harris can kick it, The Warriors will be 12 points ahead, and he really should bang this one through. No excuses. And he's kicked it. The Warriors lead by 12 points at the 18-minute mark of the third term.
Here it is in replay. He's run his full 15 metres. Now, it's a great tackle. The ball's gone again. That's got to be holding the ball.
Actually, I'm making a habit of this, Ken, but I think the play-on decision was good. He was dispossessed, but let's say he was let's have a look at it once more. Let's say he was very lucky. Like, he was grabbed, dispossessed there. So the tackle was good. He was attempting to kick it, so the call was good. But, gee, just lucky to get away with that.
Ooh, there's the one on the head. That was there too. Back in the centre with the bounce down. And the umpire will call for a further bounce down. Well, I believe that Harris had his time to dispose of the football, and you must give the tackler some reward in cases like that. Down goes the bounce. Bumped away. Donovan tackled. The tackling by the Warriors has been ferocious. Jackware threw it away. Panizza in there. Hewitt, Clem with the football now. And they lead by 12 points. The Warriors are taking the game right up to the bays. Donovan with the footy. What we do, we run out of bounds to the footy. And then the throw-in will take place. The Warriors by 12 points. 19.5 minutes into the third quarter. What a game of footy. You're watching on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Thompson in there working extremely hard, but the ball is forced out of play.
Well, this is quite incredible. 19-minute mark. This game has come alive. It's a little bit mild in the first half, but the Warriors are really having a fair dinkum dip this evening as the ball goes out of play once more. 20 minutes gone. 5 goals, 8. Plays 7 goals, 8. And it's quite incredible, these night games, how they can so often draw a close result. As Jackware comes over the top, it didn't pay off. It went straight to Donovan. In turn, Marshall now out towards Seabohm. Seabohm puts it in long. Big leap from behind. Staying down at the back is Cronin. Cronen's been a little bit quiet tonight. He kicks around his body. Schwartz from behind did well then to get fist to the football. He was out of position, and the tempo has really picked up, and full credit to the Warriors.
See, Kim, I thought, although Cronin hasn't got many kicks in the first quarter, McDonald kicked 2 goals, but he tightened his game in the second quarter and took that young player right out of the game. Melican to McTavish. West going back the same way as the footy, almost ahead on collision with Christie. Lunn waddles the ball out of play. But it's the Bays into attack at half forward. Almost 21 minutes gone in this third quarter. It's 7-8, plays 5-8. The Warriors in front. Christie. Newton again. Martin, that's John Martin. To Clem. Back towards centre wing. Donovan, a good mark. He thought about playing on. The thought crossed his mind. And he went back and handballs it over towards Seabohm. Seabohm up towards half forward, but it's Lunn back here, and Lunn takes the mark.
The defence of the Warriors holding up well to the pressure. Lunn kicks that one to the grandstand wing. A Dwyer front position. Picking that up nicely with Seabohm. Stolen by Clem. The handball was good out towards Schwartz. They did that well, and there's Ralphie Sewer. He's taken the mark. Oh, he's played well, Sewer. 9 kicks and 5 handballs, Ralph Sewer. He's a credit to himself. Taken by Russell, out towards Thompson. Thompson's kick, Chigwood in front. Oh, great courage by Darren Clem. Plays on quickly. The standard is lifted. Oh, gee, just as you say that, they want to work hard. Oh, I wish I didn't say it.
So do we, actually.
No, in all seriousness, though, Ken, the last 10 minutes, the standard has lifted, and that was an ordinary mistake then, but Woodville playing better football now.
Yes, you're right, Kimbo. The standard has, in fact, lifted in this quarter, I believe. Anyway, Melican with a tap. Marshall taps it on cleverly. Oh, Panizza went straight between 2 Bay players and said, thank you very much. Takes the football. Back towards half forward. Up high went Donovan. Didn't take the mark. Zip, zap, Sewer. Geez, alive tonight. He's great to watch when he's on fire. He really is. Russell. What's happened here? Billy Salisbury a free kick. Well, the 2 umpires, umpire Neville Thorpe and Max Kazakir right on the spot. Salisbury goes across. That's kick number 4 to Salisbury. Been a quiet play tonight. McTavish with the footy out towards the outer side. Young Jamison chasing the football, but it goes out of play. But Billy Salisbury's had a pretty good year, but tonight he's having a quiet one.
23 minutes gone, 38 plays 50. And if the Warriors were to get another goal, it'd make this final term very interesting. The Bays would certainly have the job ahead of them. Maynard takes the football, puts it up towards Detman. Now taken by Hodgman. He's fallen out of the game in this third term. Champion with the handball. Out towards John Martin. He kicks around his body. Ross Gibbs was there. The bounce not favouring him like it did in the first half. McTavish, in fact, Seabone picks it up, puts it out wide. That's a very educated pass out to Donovan. Now they should be able to set something up now, the Bays, as the ball goes over towards Jamieson. Jamieson's kick's a wobbly, floating old kick, and that's a very good mark taken by Robert Lynch.
Lynch, whose work rate tonight has been sensational. Kick number 11 for him, back towards centre wing. Off hands, chance for Harris. He loves it when it's tough, he loves it when it's hard. That ball was definitely out of play. Allowed to go on. Jamieson working hard. To Seabone, back towards Thompson. Thompson back towards centre wing, taken by Clem. Back towards centre half foot. A high tackle, no, player call on. The call on is the plan is the call, should I say. I'll get it right in a moment. Back towards the centre of the ground. McDonald, a long kick up towards full forward. Russell is there, and he takes a saving mark. Russell on the last line. Look for the options. Goes to the outer side. Finds Simons. He drops the mark. Oh, taken beautifully by Martin. Over to Haylock. Haylock in trouble. A good tackle by Hodgman. In goes Martin again. But umpire Max Casacrea will call for a bounce. I tell you what, it's desperate stakes out there at the moment as Ross Gibbs has a word with the umpire.
Yeah, Ken, it's interesting to note that the Glenelg small players, Hodgman, Chigwidden, have really dropped out of this game, and the lift from Clem and Harris has been sensational, and it really brought Woodville back into this game.
Well, they're in with another opportunity as the handball goes back towards O'Dwyer. But he's just offline, and we're nearly into time on in this third quarter, and it has been an entertaining quarter. The Warriors lead by 13 points, and the Bays are like the boy pushing the cart. They've got the job ahead of them at the moment.
As we see, Seabone bringing the ball back into play. Melican, he'll mark it half back. Grandstand side. Towards centre wing. Harris pumps the ball away. He was in front. Pumped the ball towards the boundary line. It's 13 points favouring the Warriors.
Played a better game tonight, Ken.
Probably his best game for the year, I reckon, Kim. When he's in form, he certainly gives the Warriors a big lift. Swartz kicks off the ground into the pocket. If Salisbury is fit, I'm a Dutchman. Still with the action towards centre half forward. Now, I tell you what, that's a great bit of work by Seward. Clem takes the mark, and do you believe Salisbury's fit, Kim, or not?
I was about to say you talk like a Dutchman at times. No, I think Salisbury has got a problem. I owed you that one for the comment about my hair. More importantly, Darren Clem has an opportunity to goal for his side.
Leave the chin, get it knocked off. Clem directly in front. The kick's underway. I think he's missed. Oh dear, oh dear. That's two bad misses by the Warriors. O'Dwyer and Clem. They lead by 14 points. It could have been a healthier lead. And we've played 26 minutes into this third term. Ross Gibbs about to bring the ball back into play.
His 19 points obviously would have been a far more significant margin, and that goal should have been kicked. The ball comes down to Thompson. The Bays have time for a quick reply if they're good enough. Thompson was being held there, not seen by the umpire. Play on the call. And eventually Max Casacrea runs over and will bounce on the outer side. 26.5 minutes gone, 38 plays 52. Glenelg have only managed 7 points this term. It's been a very quiet quarter of football. Oh, courage there. Great play by Salisbury. Now Maynard in there. Donovan, in fact, it was, that went straight through and committed himself well. Now, free kick's been picked out. Will go the way of Peter Maynard. Taking his time. The lead provided in the centre by McTavish. That's ignored. Maynard opts to go to the outer boundary with his 13th kick. Peniza there, and once more it goes out of play. A great quarter of football by the Warriors. They were on 3-7 at half-time. They're now on 7-10. They've managed to kick 4 goals. 4 goals, 3 in fact. That's a pretty good effort when you consider that you can manage 3 in the first half. Oh, desperate smother on the other side. Now it's taken by Marshall. Marshall spears out a pass, looking for West over the head of that player. Lynch in there. He's worked tirelessly all evening. Picked up by Cronin. As Ken said, he has played very well defensively, even though he's been rather unobtrusive tonight as the ball drives in. Soa sets himself, couldn't take it. Oh, well, I thought he was going for the ball. Maybe well, you saw it for yourself.
Well, I agree with you, Kim. I think he was definitely going for the ball. That's one of the exciting things of our games, to see the high flyer. But the action with Scotty Salisbury back towards half forward. Malikan now does it cleverly. Centres the ball towards centre half forward. Jamieson drops the mark he should have taken. This allows Lunn in. Lunn can't do much with it. McTavig's a chance for the Bays. Through Hewitt from centre half forward up towards full forward, but offline again. Glenelg go to 5-9-39. Woodville 7-10-52. And Sue, what can the Bays do to get back into this game?
Yeah, they're in trouble at the moment, Ken. They haven't really got anyone up forward that's doing enough for them. James West has had some influence, but their full forward line's been totally out of action. Bartlett's come off. Christie's gone to full forward and still not getting anything from that position.
28.5 minutes gone. Oh, Martin, he lost it after taking a good mark. The Warriors lost possession. Now it comes out to Jacquia. He slips, tries to go through the back door. There's the sign to end the third quarter, and it was a very good quarter of football.
Yes, it certainly was, Kimbo. 29 minutes played in that third quarter. Glenelg 5 goals, 9-39. Trail the Warriors 7-10-52. A margin of 13 points. You're watching Monday Night Football on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Well, it's the Warriors by 13 points, Graham, and the smaller men of the base fell out of the game in that third quarter.
They did get a full credit to Russell Ebert. He brought about an unusual change. He took his champion fullback, I say champion, with no degree of, lack of confidence there. He's a champion fullback. He goes to centre half forward, which will be the first time he's played there for a long time, and it's worked. Bob Lynch to fullback has also worked.
OK, let's take you to Kim Dillon for the exciting final term.
Thank you, Ken. Let's hope that it is. And a remarkable 19-point turnaround by the Warriors in that quarter. They trailed by 7 points at quarter time, 6 points at half time. They now lead by 13 points as that ball is socket off the ground. It's picked up there by Newton. He drives it in long. Big host of players leap up in the air. It's taken by Thompson as he drags that ball back around his body. And Brett Dean's onto the ground. He nearly took the mark. Perhaps should have got a free kick. Cronin in there working hard. And Neville Thorpe was right at the fall of the action there. So he'll bounce once more. 39 plays 52. The tap down by Newton. Out towards Martin. In turn, Schwarz gets a left foot kick away. Back there is Gibbs. He couldn't take. He's been very quiet in this second half, Ross Gibbs. Clem, here's an opportunity. Now Haylock, he's got nowhere to kick. He's got to bring the ball back. Sewer sets himself, takes front position, couldn't take the mark. Glenelg player was held then, no free kick. Gee, there's been a lot of scragging out there today, and the umpires tonight, the umpires have let it go as Russell kicks that off the ground. Schwartz in there once more, an awkward-looking kick, but it's taken by Ross Gibbs.
Gibbs, you're right, Kimmy had a very, very quiet third quarter. Back to the outer side it goes. Hewitt takes the mark there. Can the Bays get back into this game? They trail by 13 points. It's a very important game for both sides. Back to centre wing it goes, thumped away to Zip Zap Sewer. Back towards centre half forward, but it's all Scotty Salisbury. Dropped the chest mark he should have taken. Hewitt comes in. He's rock and roll. Goes in again. Heavy body work being used at centre half forward for the Warriors. And umpire Max Kazakir will call for a bounce. Glenelg 5-9. Trail Woodville 7-10. Brett Dean on and young McDonald off. Had a good first quarter, the youngster, but didn't do much in the second and third quarters. Marshall back towards the centre of the ground. Thumped away. Oh, a chance for Woodville again if they can gain possession. John Martin with the footy. Hooks it around his body up towards centre half forward. John Seabone, Clem in there. Can't do much with it. Goes in again, Clem. Does it well on this occasion. A handball out. Gee, it's heavy stuff at the moment. And the free kick has been paid. It'll go the way of the Bays. If he gets up off the bottom of the pack, and it's Hewitt at half-back.
Mark Hewitt, the former Eagle. Umpires officiating tonight, Max Kazakir and Neville Thorpe. That's little Maxie on screen. Kick number 11 for Hewitt. Detman took it off hands. Tried to get it back to Martin. Champion in there. He's been very solid and direct all evening. Shrugs 2 tackles, looking for support. Kicks it himself around his body. Seabone couldn't take the mark. And a free kick has been picked out to Seabone. Well, the Warriors were in with a real chance then. They had 3 players at the fall of the ball. Kick number 10 for Seabone. He goes wide out to Simons. Simons kicks that ball, centres it back to centre half forward, but Champion takes the mark.
Gee, I've been impressed with this bloke's game tonight, Champion. He goes short, into the middle, Jack Ware. Woodville up towards centre half forward. They're persisting in attack, off hands. A chance or it's a shocking kick, but it's going to find Harris. Harris onto the left boot, up towards full forward. Gibbs is there, coming out also. Oh, Clem hits him in the or around the head area, and a free kick. Gibbs, oh, it's a shocking kick, straight to Haylock. Haylock says, thanks very much, and that's home, is it? Yes, it is. Gibbs lowers the head. What a goal to Woodville.
Well, that was quite incredible. The man, Ross Gibbs, that never gets flustered, rarely makes mistakes, made probably one of the worst ones in his career. Took possession, the kick was awful, it appeared to come right off the toe, or whether he kicked the ground as well. It went straight to Gary Haylock, and 9 times out of 10 when you make a mistake like that, the opposition kicks a goal, and it's not a very nice feeling.
Back at the centre, gee, the Warriors by 19 points. What a game of footy, Marshall. Maynard, the Bays into attack. Can they get back into this game? West pushes champion under the football. Chigwitten waiting for the crumbs. The ball doesn't come out, and umpire Kazakria calls for the bounce. Warrior supporters giving that Chewy a nice old touch up. He's the captain of the Warriors. Bumped away towards Maynard. Out towards McTavish. Centre wing towards half forward. Hewitt going in hard. Gets it out. Simons busted off the ball. Warriors working hard out of defence. Back towards Panizza. From centre half back. Oh, here's a chance for the Warriors again. Clem by himself. Raises the eyes. Kicks towards centre half forward. Harris is his target. Thumped away by Gibbs. Harris almost the second occasion. Back towards O'Dwyer. Pushing the ball towards him. Going in hard there is Jamison. Thumped it out. Donovan back towards centre wing. Panizza. Back towards centre half forward, but Gibbs a falling mark.
Yes, Ross Gibbs, I don't think he'll go short this time. It's a long drop punt kick to the outer side, and it's well placed too, and it finds the waiting arms of James West. Kick mark number 10 for West, and the kick is very good. It was kick number 8, and it found Brett Dean. He gives it back to McTavish. He centres the ball intelligently. Melican's the target. Oh, they're getting desperate in defence. The Warriors, that was a good spoil, but the crumbs now come out towards Hodgman. He lines up the goals. Accuracy not there. Oh, there's a good mark taken by Maynard. Well, I thought Colin McDonald was going to interfere then. Couldn't quite get back. Now, if I know Peter Maynard, he will have a shot for goal here.
What would you do from there, Kim?
I'd have a shot from goal. I'm just saying, I know Peter Maynard. He's about 15 metres out, used the left boot, and just went inside the big upright.
Well, comment Kim Dillon. Peter Maynard in your screen.
No, well, I thought the umpire might bring him around a bit more, and some players often centre the ball.
Tell me what, Sue, what would you have done there, Sue?
Well, very hard to centre the ball from 10 yards out. What the
Sue wouldn't have made up the ground to take the mark to start with.
The surprising thing about that kick was it was a left foot kick, and very rarely players kick on their wrong foot for goal.
Kick off. Back towards Clem. McTavish going in hard. Newton. Players working hard for possession, but umpire Max Kazakria will call for a bounce. But I tell you what, we're almost 7 minutes into this final term, and the Warriors are 18 points in front. All the Bays wouldn't want to drop this game, I can tell you. They've got North Adelaide at home next Saturday, and the way North are playing, they could make it 2 out of 2 for the Bays, but still a long way to go in this game. Let's take one game at a time. Down goes the player there, working hard as O'Dwyer. In goes McTavish. He's working hard in this last quarter. Can't get a kick. Down he goes in again. Off the boot of O'Dwyer again. In fact, it was Cronin. Back towards centre wing. Chance for Newton. Back towards centre wing. Here's a chance now for Cox. On the attacking side of centre. Towards centre half forward it goes. Matthew went up high, couldn't take them out. Russell Sockers off the ground. Back towards Swartz. Or Swartz short. Should go to Sewer Foundry. Zip zap. That was good stuff by Peter Swartz. He saw Sewer by himself. But he nails this one. It's an interesting game, I can tell you. Kick number 12. What's he done? Bit of body work in this crowd. I think he's got it, has he? Right on the goal and by it's home.
Well done, Peter Schwarz. And well done, Ralph Sewer, to get away from his opponent and give Schwarz that option to pass over. And he finished off his work well, Peter Schwarz. Not too often the passers have found their target tonight. Ralphie Sewer took the mark on the chest. He had to kick from about 40 metres out. It wasn't a powerful kick, but it just went over the line. And all of a sudden, the Warriors are 24 points in front. And that's a fairly handy lead in night football. We're 9 minutes into this term.
Back at the bounce. 24 point is the margin in favour of the Warriors. Gibbs from centre half back towards half forward, looking for Hodgman. He pushed Harrison back, and that was very, very obvious. Hodgie doesn't like it, but it was there. The handball away to Panizza. I doubt whether the Blaze can get back into this game. Panizza towards centre half forward. All off hands. Simons goes in hard. Gibbs sockers off the ground, back towards Chick Whitten. Now a chance for the Tigers. He bounced through centre wing. Has a bounce. Centres the ball towards centre half forward. Mark to West, that's been paid. First grab, second grab. 24 points, they trail by the Bays. 9 minutes in, that's mark number 11 to James Brett. Oh, beautifully put to Simons. Was it 15 metre or not? No, umpire Neville Thorpe shaking his head. So it's Simons now, and he's got to kick this one. He must kick it. He's on an acute angle. The distance is no problem. Simo takes the mouth guard out. Tony Simons, 147 senior games. Normally a very accurate kick for goal. I tell you what, they need him now. 13 kicks and 10 handballs. Neville Thorpe. Tony Simons was cribbing. Straightens him up. Can he kick it? It's coming back. No, not enough. He's missed it. Well, the Tigers 5-11-41. The Warriors 9-10-64. You're watching Monday Night Football on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, if you'd back anyone to kick it from there, it'd be Tony Simons. But really took the wrong aim. Had to aim centre of goal, not right-hand post.
McDonald put the ball out towards Schwarz. 10.5 minutes gone. Hodgman with an opportunity. Now he gets a chance. The handball goes back towards Hewitt. In fact, it may have been Seabohm. Now it goes back to O'Dwyer. He's looked a pretty impressive player since being moved to centre half forward after half time. He puts it up high, setting himself Sewer. Disciplined football as he went for the spoil. Russell kicks that off the ground, and that is out on the full. Nearly 11 minutes gone, 41 plays, 64. 5-11 to 9-10. This has been a great effort by the Warriors. The pass goes infield towards Detman. Detman runs around his opponent in Marshall. Now the handball goes back over towards Schwarz. He's been a trier all night. But, tell you what, Gibbs has dropped another one. He gets the handball out to Russell. That's been their Achilles heel all night, the Warriors, up forward there. They've had a lot of opportunities, but no one to capitalise, and Jamison has the football.
Jamison, centre wing, goes towards Maynard. It bounces just before the line and goes out of play. Well, we're 11 minutes into this final term, Soup. Can they get back?
Yeah, really, I don't think so, Ken. They need an enormous lift from their on-ball players. Hodgman, Chick Whitten, Maynard, Marshall. They're not just not doing enough at the moment.
McDonald, Simons, Cronin. You'll get a free kick, Cronin. Played well since that first quarter when young David McDonald kicked 2 on him. Since then, he's been a very tight defender. Hasn't had many kicks, but the play on him has had less. His 10th possession, back to centre wing he goes. Chance for Thompson. Smothered beautifully by Martin. Donovan. Seabone goes towards centre. Now, can the Bay set up some sort of attack? That's got to be a 15 metre penalty kick, should I say, but a good one because that allowed the Warriors to man up. Salisbury out wide. Hodgman takes it on the first bounce very cleverly, hooks it back. Hewitt, kick number 18 for Hodgman. Cronin breaks the tackle, supported by Lund. Lund to centre wing, Panizza, and the Woodville side using the ball superbly.
Panizza with a short pass, kick number 16, he finds Detman. Detman puts it in long. Oh, great lead by Cox. What a tremendous mark, and it's been paid. Well, he was never in position to take that. Let's have a look once more. Flying in from the, well, he twisted mid-air. That's a tremendous mark. And if he was to kick this, that'd seal the fate of Glenelg, I would say. Tremendous mark. He's been a quiet player. 41 plays 64. He's kicked 1 goal so far. He's a left footer. They're normally pretty good kicks. And that's a beauty.
Well, that was a sensational mark by Cox. He hasn't done too much tonight, young Cox, but that was a sensational mark. And that was a beautiful mark and a long kick from a very, very accurate, very difficult position. And Cox, the second goal as Sewer comes off, which I'm surprised to see Sewer come off the ground, but certainly a great goal there by Stephen Cox.
Quite amazing. Ralph Sewer has just left the ground for Phil Harper. Perhaps Russell Ebert thinking he may be tired. Malcolm Blight did coach the Warriors. And the mark has been taken there by Hewitt. Hewitt's kicked to centre half forward. They really haven't responded to this situation, the Tigers. There doesn't seem to be any genuine urgency out there to try and correct the situation out there as Donovan crashes his way forward. Put out towards Champ and he couldn't take it. Picked up beautifully by Jamison. He lines up the goals. The umpire didn't move much. He didn't have to. The ball went to the right of the goalpost.
Rick Davies sitting in the grandstand. Of course, he'd be happy after last weekend. And they play Woodville this coming Saturday, so he's doing his homework. And he'd be impressed with the Warriors tonight. Back towards full forward for the base. Good mark! Great mark by Christie. Now he's got to kick this. He has to kick this to keep the Bays in this game. Christie, no more than 15 metres directly in front. 15 minutes into the final term. The kick's on its way. It's home. That's Glenelg's 6th goal.
Well, so there we go. The Bays just hanging in there. They're on 6-12 to 10-10. 48 plays 70. It's 22 points. Christie pulling down a big mark. And would have about 15 minutes remaining in this final term. 13 or 14 perhaps. So there's still plenty of time if they're good enough, the Tigers, but the Warriors won't lie down.
Back with umpire Neville Thorpe. 22 points of difference with the Warriors in front. Melican. John Martin working hard and they're pulled off the football, taken by Haylock. Up towards centre half forward, but McTavish, he's been a worker in this last quarter. Goes out towards half forward Dean, but back there Cronin. Oh, takes a very good mark, Cronin. Short into the centre of the ground, Clem. He's been a worker tonight too for the Warriors. His 19th possession. 10 kicks and 9 handball. Takes his time towards half forward he goes. Russell goes up high, can't complete the mark. Over the top towards Gibbs. Gibbs, Hewitt. In fact, Thompson was the player. Back to Gibbs. Gibbs with a kick towards half forward. Off hands. And the ball goes out of play. So we've played 16.5 minutes into the final term. Woodville 10-10-70. The Tigers 6-12-48. A margin of 22 points, and there's zip-zap.
And just grimacing then, Ken, whether he's trying to get his breath back or perhaps he has a little injury out there. He looked to be in a little bit of pain. Played a great game tonight, though, Ralph Sewer. And if the Warriors are to get up, it's largely due to his contribution. And there's the official attendance for this afternoon and this evening, 16,225, and that's a very good crowd. Great for the SANFL as Newton punches that one with a backhanded fist towards the boundary line. And once more we'll have a throw in, and I think the Warriors will be quite pleased to just keep bottling up the play. 48 plays 70. The ball comes down to Harper. Been a good player so far this season, Harper. Very quiet tonight. That's why he was removed from the ground. He gets his opportunity to redeem himself now. Oh, Ross Gibbs is making a lot of mistakes in this second half. That's most uncharacteristic. He'll get run down, Harris. He gets the kick away. Back there, though, is McTavish. Finally picks it up. The handball goes back towards Russell. He puts out a pass, and that was well taken by Ross Gibbs.
Gibbs had a sensational first quarter. Back to Donovan, but since then has made a number of unforced errors. Donovan, kick number 15. Oh, up high on that occasion went Melican. Couldn't complete the mark. Haylock working hard. So is Marshall. But the ball is out of play before he took his kick. So it's 18 minutes gone in this final term. And it's the Warriors by 22 points. Coming up on 9, Graham Kennedy, coast to coast. Wouldn't miss that for all the money in the world. Very funny man. Melican in front, takes the football. Hewitt, Maynard, his tackle, that's got to be holding the ball, it is. Peter Maynard was caught, Panizza with the free kick.
Been a tireless worker all evening, Daryl Panizza. Been a very good player. Kick number 17 coming up. Lady having a cup of coffee. Keep the hands warm. You can't blame her. It'd be a little bit cool out there, but it's been a magnificent day. The ball comes out to Schwarz. He's been a very useful player. Goes back towards Panizza. Kick number 18. It's a happy knacker finding the football. 2 against 1. Up high was Matthews. It's taken by Salisbury out towards McTavish. Left foot kick away, or big leap from behind there was Marshall over the top of Jacquia. Marshall gets the kick away towards the centre of the ground. McDonald through there. Clem over the top of the footy. Paddles it out intelligently to John Martin. Now it goes to Harris. He lines up the goals. Accuracy not there, and we've mentioned this a number of occasions tonight, the way that Harris has improved tonight. It's probably his best game for quite some time, but he's just not finishing off his work.
Kevin Harris on the screen at the moment. Melican. Salisbury, had a quiet one tonight, Scotty Salisbury. He's over the ball, but umpire Kazakria will call for a bounce. Woodville into attack. Almost 20 minutes gone in this final term, and they lead by 22 points. This is the upset of the round. Salisbury around his body, back towards the half-back flank. But Colin McDonald takes the mark. Wobbles the kick up towards the forward pocket. Salisbury under the football and takes the mark. Looking to set up some sort of run out of defence. Goes out towards Gibbs, and he marks at the second attempt. Gee whiz, he's been shaky tonight, Gibbs, I can tell you. Back to the centre of the ground. Marshall pushes the player under the football and then takes the mark. Now, can the Bays get something with this attack? Kick number 17 for Marshall. Out towards Donovan. With him is Schwarz. Donovan, a good mark. Centre wing out aside. Towards centre half forward. West in front. Thumped away. Back towards Dean. McTavish. Cronin in there. Taps it towards the line. That's good defensive work by Cronin. And the ball goes out of play.
Yeah, Glenelg just can't find anyone to provide the spark for him at the moment, and really look lost. And unless they can get a couple of very quick goals, they're totally out of this.
Well, the Warriors meet the Double Blues next week. As you already saw, Rick Davies is up sitting in the stand, and he'd be thinking, why do they hit form now? Quite amazing as the mark is taken by Alex Lunn. 20 minutes gone, in fact 21 minutes. It's 48 to 70 points. The Warriors lead by 22 points. I can't see the Tigers getting back in this game. They just haven't been able to penetrate across half forward for about 10 minutes now, and a free kick's been picked out. That appears to be Schwarz back down there too. Doesn't look too well at all as the Warriors go into attack once more through Panizza. Panizza puts it up. Gibbs sets himself. Couldn't take it. The crumbs come down towards Scott Salisbury. Salisbury's torpedo punt down towards Newton. He spoils well. Picked up by Clem. He's had a very good second half. The small brigade for the Warriors have been well on top in the third and fourth terms. And a dead heat situation on the outer side will have a bounce. As I mentioned before, 48 plays 70, a 22-point advantage to the Warriors.
I can't believe this. The on-ball players of the Bays have absolutely dropped dead. I wish I could borrow those binoculars.
He thinks he's at the Adelaide Cup.
Tap down. Scrimmage again. Woodville quite content to bottle the play up now, but going back to my statement a few seconds ago, the on-ball players of the Glenelg have just gone missing. They really have. Melican over the top, taken by Thompson. Well, in fact, it's Hodgman coming out of defence, back towards the centre of the ground. Detman up towards centre half forward. Seabone coming out, takes it cleverly on the first bounce with a long kick back towards centre half forward. West, oh, that is a great mark. 12th mark for James West. That was a beauty. I didn't think I thought he was out of position on that occasion. Great mark by West up towards full forward with the kick, but again, it's just offline and 1 point. And they'll go to 6 goals, 13-49. Woodville 10-10-70, a margin of 21 points, favouring the Warriors. 23 minutes gone in the final term.
There won't be a lot of time on. There hasn't been many goals scored in this last term. 4 goals, in fact. Now Glenelg starting to bring the ball into their forward line in the last few minutes. Maynard running it in, hoping for a big mark. Kick number 16. West was up high once more. It's taken there by Champion. His handball was searching for Detman, but it's been taken by Clem. He really has lifted his game in this second half, working extremely hard, and he's managed to force that ball out of the danger zone, and that's a great effort by Darren Clem.
Yes, it was super stuff by Darren Clem, knowing that they have this lead going towards the safety of the line. Hodgman, Harris, he's been a real worker tonight, a real terrier. The long handball over to Colin McDonald. Richard Champion is the running player, runs through centre, up towards centre half forward he goes. Gibbs is up there, can't do much with it. Matthew is there, taps it out. There's a chance now for Cox in towards goal, and that's home. That's home. That's Woodville's 11th goal, his 3rd.
Well, that's tremendous play by the Warriors. We have a look here. Gibbs was pushed out of it by Jacquia. Have a look at Big Matthews here. In fact, that's nearly a throw. I think he scooped that ball up. Great presence of mind, though. It was an unprotected goal. It was an intelligent kick by Cox. He banged through his 3rd, kept it low, and that's great play, the Warriors.
Yeah, their form in this last quarter's been great. And I really, you know, they're making Glenelg look second-rate at the moment, and it disturbing to see from my point of view, I guess, that they do look second-rate, but full marks to Woodville. They've really shown them how to play the game.
Yes, their endeavour tonight has been superb, the Warriors, and their coach, Russell Everett, would be a very happy man. McDonald, he's played a top game. Gets it out towards Cronin. Dean, Seabone. He's tried his heart out tonight, Seabone. Back towards Maynard to Dean. Oh, he has a fit of the fumbles again. This allows Cox in to keep the ball in the area. And you can hear the Woodville supporters. Zip-zap about to come on. He may be 37, but I'll tell you what, and he's the favourite tonight. Newton, Salisbury head down. Oh, she's tough out towards Hodgman. He runs into a brick wall. Maynard works it out. Swar's working hard. Haylock also in there. Over to Harris. Harris back towards half forward. And a fine mark has been taken by Harper. On the attacking side of centre, goes across the ground towards Panizza. John Martin went into the open space, but he couldn't complete the mark. Well, Matthews with a chance now from half forward, kicks up towards full forward. Don't tell me he's kicking. Strike me, Binky's goal. Well, that's it. That's his 2nd goal. Unbelievable goal there for Matthew. And that there is the end of the ball game for the Bays. Robert Matthews, a magnificent goal.
Yeah, certainly. Here we see opening up the play, a kick across to Panizza. Panizza finding space, not an accurate kick, but young Matthews picking up the ball very well and hooking very truly. Difficult shot from that pocket, and he's only had 2 kicks and kicked 2 goals, so he certainly had value for kicks.
Well, football is truly an amazing game. I don't think many people at all in South Australia would have selected the Warriors to win this game. The Bays go forward once more. Chig Whidden, I forgot he was even playing tonight. He's been unsighted in this second half, along with a few other of the small brigade. He's only had 2 touches since half-time, Nicholas Chigwidden, and he's got a few partners in that respect. It's been an amazing turnaround, and the football in the first half was, well, could only be described as ugly. It wasn't pretty to watch, but full credit. The Warriors, they scragged, they harassed, and till they finally got on top of the Bays, and now they're playing good football, good fluent running football, and here's another taste of it now. The handball out to Champion, back to Clem. They would have missed the body in the first quarter. Over towards Martin. They're getting very confident, and a little pressure. Sewer went for the spoil, but the mark was strongly taken by Melican.
Melican gives it to Salisbury. Oh, gee whiz. Jamison just stood there. The player coming was Panizza, took the mark out towards Thompson. He's been tackled by Haylock, but good shepherding on that occasion by Russell, but he kicks short straight to Panizza. Panizza goes short again, looking for zip-zap, can't complete the mark. Matthews off the ground. Oh, just missed. 1 point. Well, super football by the Warriors.
Ken, it would have been a fairy tale finish if Sewer could have taken that mark. The Warriors supporters would have loved it.
Not wrong there, Kim. They love him tonight. We've played almost 28 minutes of this final term. Donovan with the football towards centre wing. Dean can't take the mark. Lund round his body, back towards centre wing. Donovan goes up high. Clem in there. Gee, he's played a great game tonight, Clem. Out wide, Martin through centre half forward, a long kick, it'll lob almost in the square. Up high they go, up hands to it, with Haylock almost again. There is Scotty Salisbury. The loose player on this occasion is Hewitt. Back towards Maynard. Maynard at centre wing. We'll put the Bays into attack towards half forward, but time is going to run out for the Bays. The Warriors too good, but a big mark, a strong mark there by James West.
Great effort by West. He's had a very absorbing duel with Champion. They both played very well, and both players, strangely enough, would be high on the best players list for their sides. Well, this is quite incredible. The Bays have now, or will lose 3 games so far out of the first 5, and there's the siren. So the Bays have lost to Portsturt, in fact, Norwood, West, and now Woodville.
Well, the Warriors are absolutely wrapped, and so they ought to be. That's a big result. Big result for the Warriors as they run out winners over a very disappointing Glenelg side, and that's taking nothing away from Woodville. They were clearly the better side on the night tonight. Woodville, 12 goals, 11, 83. Defeating Glenelg, 6 goals, 13, 49. And Soup, the Bays would have to be very disappointed with that performance tonight.
Yeah, devastated, I should imagine. I thought really from the first quarter, Glenelg really didn't look like they're on their mettle, and really gave Woodville an opportunity to find some confidence. Woodville's skills early in the game were pretty ordinary, but as the game went on, they got more confidence and started to get the ball moving around. Ralph Sewer's a great inspiration up forward for them. They had Des O'Dwyer that was shifted to centre half forward in the second half, who did a great job, and it's amazing what a bit of confidence can do for a side.
Yes, well, the final score, Woodville 12-11, 83. The Tigers 6-13, 49. Back with more footy shortly.